You are listening to 1019 WDET, Detroit's NPR station, broadcasting from Midtown Detroit. My name is Sam Bobian, and for the next hour, we have something very special for you, a live musical performance presented by the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation. That's right, live music, something that's been very difficult to achieve because of the pandemic, but thanks to the Detroit Jazz Festival, we will experience some live jazz tonight. So this is part of their virtual series called Live from the Cellar. And with me right now to discuss this performance is the president and artistic director at the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation, as well as a renowned musician and educator, Chris Collins. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Sam. Thanks for having me today.
So the band is not here in the WDET studios. Your team is over at what you're calling the Cellar. So what can you tell our listeners about this performance space?
Well, we started this a number of months ago. We do a monthly performance on the third Friday of each month, and it's always live. And so far, they've all been simulcast, thanks to you guys, on WDET 101.9 FM. And we're featuring a variety of artists, regional artists and national artists, and it allows us to, provide some live jazz, some real moment stuff where cats can tune in for free. You can get all the information at DetroitJazzFest.org, or it's also live and free on YouTube, and of course it's live and free here on WDET, so that we want everyone to take advantage of the opportunity to hear some great live jazz, and it creates some wonderful programming for everyone to enjoy, not only during this time of the pandemic, but as we move forward, we've created this wonderful sound stage and wonderful environment in the Cellar, and it's great sound, it's great video, and we're gonna keep it alive for a long time.
So what can you tell us about the band that's performing tonight?
Well, a wonderful leader here, Gayelynn McKinney, who's, everyone, most folks know about her wonderful lineage of the McKinney family, of which she is a big part. And she's continued the history of putting together various ensembles that represent original music and some of the historical music of her family. And tonight we're going to hear from her with a sextet of various artists, rhythm section, percussion, horns, vocals, all brought together, much of which is her original music she's put together. And it continues in the tradition of the great McKinney family and the great Detroit artistry.
It's amazing. So I know everyone's really excited to hear the music. So let's get to it. Chris, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you, Sam.
So stay tuned, everyone. In a few moments here, we will have a live performance from the Gayelynn McKinney Sextet.
Welcome to the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation's Jazz from the Cellar.
Tonight, we'll hear from drummer, composer, and band leader, Detroit's own Gayelynn McKinney with her sextet.
This episode of Jazz from the Cellar is brought to you by MGM Grand Detroit and your generous donations.
For more information on the Jazz from the Cellar series, or any of the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation's activities, including the 2021 Detroit Jazz Festival, please check out DetroitJazzFest.org. Now, let's get to the music.
there in TV land. I hope everybody's doing all right. You are listening to the McKinney Zone. I'm so happy to be here this evening, hanging out with you all in TV land, computer land, laptop land, iPad land. I hope everybody's doing well on this wonderful Friday night here at Jazz in the Cellar. We're doing well. You're going to be hearing tunes from my latest CD called Zoot Suit Funk, and that first one was called Having Fun, and the next one is called Space Goddess. One, two, three. Thank you out there. If you're clapping, we hear you. In our spirits, we hear you. Featured on that tune was Raphael Staton on soprano sax, and Demetrius Neighbors on the acoustic piano over there, and Alex Annis on guitar. We got the young lion, Mr. Jonathan Muir Cotton, on the bass, playing upright and electric. And my girl over here helping me keep the groove, she's the cherry on top. One of the Funk Brothers, although she's a sister. Give it up for Trinita Womack. Yes. All right, so we're going to continue on with a cover tune that I did an arrangement on. At the time that I decided to do this song, Mr. Bill Withers was alive and well. But by the time the CD came out, he had actually passed. So now it ends up being a tribute to him and his lovely composition called Lovely Day. That wasn't today, though. Today wasn't lovely. All right. That's our own audience. All right. So we're going to continue on with another cover that I did. I did a rearrangement on, and this one is by Miss Jill Scott. And I decided I was going to swing this one, and you all know it. It's called My Love. didn't you notice? Lighter, but deeper, tighter, sweeter, higher, higher. Why didn't you notice? Why didn't you notice? Thank you. This next composition is a song that I wrote when I was in a peaceful place. And so I hope it puts you in a peaceful place as well. Think of warm breezes and sunny days and water. That's what this song is about. Or even if you're really peaceful at your house, sitting by the fireplace or the fake fireplace if you have one of those, with a nice glass of something, and you're just chilling. That might be your peaceful place. So that's what this song is about. So I hope you're feeling peaceful now.
I know I am, Gayelynn. I know I am. Wow. That was beautiful, Cats, really. Lovely.
Thank you.
Lovely stuff. Listen, we're just going to take a brief pause from the music, and then we're going to have a chance to talk to Gayelynn about what she's doing now and plans for the future. But right now, I'd like you to catch this little message from the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation. I think you'll find it important and worth listening to. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Chris Collins, President and Artistic Director for the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation. And I'm here on the set of our latest online program, Jazz from the Cellar, which will feature live jazz performances and artist interviews twice monthly, as soon as it is safe to do so. We're looking forward to our exciting year-round programming that supports new and legacy artists, jazz education in our schools, and the proliferation of jazz in our communities and around the world. Your donations will support the 2021 initiatives, including the new Jazz Infusion education program in the Detroit Public Schools and Community District, the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation's All-Star International Exchange Programs, which occurs in Japan, Panama, Europe, and our latest Havana Detroit Jazz Project, part of our Latino Jazz Outreach Program in cooperation with the Havana Jazz Festival. You also will support the J.C. Hurd Jazz Week at Wayne, the Youth Jazz Vocal Competition, the Collegiate Combo Competition, our Artist in Residence program, jam sessions and local jazz club programs, the 2021 preview event, events at the future Gretchen Valet Jazz Center, our Jazz from the Cellar series, and of course, our signature event, the largest free jazz festival in the world, September 3rd through 6th, 2021. You can access information on all of these events and live stream content of many on our app, Detroit Jazz Fest Live. You can get it at the App Store or on Google Play or at our website, DetroitJazzFest.org. Together, we can keep jazz free and alive in our community and across the globe for generations to come. On behalf of all the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation team and all of the artists who make the music happen, thank you. And please be safe, healthy, and filled with joy.
With sound, you guys just have to stay quiet. That's all.
I should have my mask on.
Oh, no, you want to do it without mask?
We can.
We can scoot over a little bit so we look appropriate.
Yes, that's right. You have to look appropriate.
Send the right message.
That's right.
All right. Hey, we made it to the big red couch.
Yay!
Big red.
It's a comfy couch, I bet.
It's comfy. I know. I've had to sleep down here every once in a while, but that's a longer story. I spent some other time. That was some beautiful music.
Oh, thank
lovely,
you.
lovely stuff. I heard the announcements, and we certainly recognized a couple of the tunes, but very, very beautifully reworked, new textures and everything. Loving You, a whole different vision.
Oh, thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate you. Thank you for having us, by the way.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's a great band.
Thank
So with this particular ensemble, what's your vision? What are your goals for this band? I know everyone has sort of a direction in mind. Tell us about yours.
Well, basically, this band is really my voice. Of course, the last CD that I did in 2018 called McKinfolk was a project on my daddy's music. And so this time I wanted to just do a project of my music and feature my voice. And these wonderful young musicians, I pulled them together just because I thought they fit, my particular vision. And so this project, I just want to be able to let the world see them and see me too, because I've mostly been a side musician most of my career. So I just want to get out there and show people who Gayelynn McKinney is, and who Raphael Staten and Demetrius Neighbors and Alex Anist and Trinita Womack. Of course, some people may already know her
That's
because
right.
she's from the Funk Brothers, and she was in that movie Standing in the Shadows of Motown.
Yes.
So
They didn't see. We did roll the red carpet out earlier when she arrived. Not everybody saw that, but she certainly deserves it.
yes. So I just want people not only just to haven't seen us here to see us, but also outside of here in other states and maybe out of the country.
Yeah, but being a band leader, you talk about being a sideman, being a band leader. Musicians all know what that entails. And, but for everybody, the idea of you get hired to play, in your case, drum kit for an existing ensemble with another person's vision, right? It's a gig in itself because sometimes you have to. Often you have to give up some of your own directions because you want to satisfy the whole.
Especially if you want to have them call you again.
That's right. That's right.
And I should be saying side woman, shouldn't I?
Well, I think side person is just
Side person.
fine, whatever. I can remember being asked, it was for a studio thing, getting called in to play some solos on a track, and you always have people sitting around listening and making decisions who may not be musicians, right? And I knew that finally when one of the producers said over the mic, "Can you make it sound like that girl from The Simpsons?" And you know what my answer was?
What was your answer?
Hell yeah!
I know, right? Sure can.
Sure.
I sure can.
Doesn't matter I'm playing alto when she plays Barry. Let's not even talk about that.
Right.
But now as a band leader, I mean, it's a different thing, right? I mean, the first beautiful thing, in all the music, you always want to have, the creative input, particularly in jazz, all the music. It's their sound that makes, the ensemble work and ideas in the way that we communicate. But there is some, if you embrace it, there's some freedom that comes with being a leader where you get to kind of direct the trajectory of things. Cats are paying attention to Gayelynn. Well, what does she want here? What's she looking for? So that's quite a different feeling. Have you been able to embrace that in this project?
Yeah, and that's the thing. You want to work with people who, because I'm not trying to. I'm not the dictator type. I'm not one to say, "Oh, it's going to be my way," and that's it.
But you did tell me I had to sit on this end of the couch. I just want everybody to know that.
Yeah, but I wanted to work with people who collaborate and let their ideas shine through too. Just like on Peaceful Place, Demetrius added just one chord that made the whole song just really feel different and wonderful. And so I like to work with people who put their input in. And of course, I'm going to have the last say, but most of the time when somebody puts their input in, I'm like, oh, that really is a good idea. And we all, make it happen. So that's the beauty part of being a leader, is you get to have your say, but you also get to get other people's input as well. Yeah.
Speaking about input and making things joyful, just about a week ago, you played along with Marion Hayden and Sequoia Snyder. You guys accompanied the great DD Bridgewater on a set.
Yes, that was fun.
Yeah, talk about a great leader and a great musician, and someone who has been a great side person as well, DD Bridgewater. So tell us a little bit what that experience was like, rehearsing, preparing for it.
Well, first of all, shout out to my sister Marion Hayden, who is also my sister in our other band called Straight Ahead. Playing with, well, first of all, that was the first time I had a chance to play with the young lion, Sequoia, as well, and she did really a wonderful job. Dee, man, she's real chill and laid back, but she knows what she wants, but she's also really crazy, and I love that about her. Oh man, she had us rolling.
Oh, that's awesome.
So she made it really fun, and just not to mention she's really awesome, doing her craft. She playing that scat solo with her on Cottontail.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a blast. Just getting to interact with her. So yeah, it was a joyful time playing with her. She lets you be expressive and express yourself, and it was my first time ever having the wonderful opportunity to play with her, so it was great, and I'm so glad I got to do it. Yeah.
I'm so glad you did too. It really made for a special evening, and it made her set
as artists in residence, we want them connected to the city, and that set felt really connected to the city of Detroit. You guys who have a long legacy, particularly your family and everything, but you yourself and Marion, and then of course Sequoia, new on the scene. I think it's a strong testament to the love and dedication that Dee Dee has to, really being part of a community, being part of a culture, and also embracing and promoting all generations of musicians, because she's done that through her career, and it's speaking as her as a leader, it's a beautiful, open amount of faith and trust and commitment to really carrying it forward in a lot of different levels.
Well, and that's important to me too, as well, because just like right now we have the young lion back there on bass, Jonathan Muir Cotton.
Yes.
And he's one of the young ones coming up, and the McKinn folk, I was using some other young ones, Trinino Lowe and Jeffrey Trent, because that's a tradition that my father and Marcus Belgrave set too. My father is Harold McKinney, for those of you who don't know.
I think we flashed it on the screen already, but yeah.
But he instilled in me as well, and Marion and Racing and the people in our generation, hey, you got to bring the young ones on too, because if you don't, if the young ones don't latch on to jazz, what happens to jazz? It's gone.
And if the folks with experience in something offered, don't keep giving and guiding the younger folk, then we have no excuse when some of the legacy, some of the vocabulary seems to be lost a little bit. It's our responsibility, and soon it will be their responsibility.
Exactly. They're and some of them are already doing it. Like my godson Tariq, the drummer, Marion's son. He's already teaching, and so is Trinino. So it's already starting to happen.
Passing it on.
Passing it on to the people under them. So as long as that keeps happening, it doesn't matter if they play it on the radio. It does matter, but it it's not in the mainstream radio like it used to be. So that means it is up to us to pass it along. Otherwise, it'll go away. But it won't, because the young people keep finding it somehow.
They keep finding it, and it warms my heart to see generation after generation. People always talk about teaching jazz and jazz programs and whatnot, but the honest God truth is there is something magical, particularly in America, where many young people find themselves gravitating and falling in love with the legacy of jazz, because once you understand it, you realize what a powerful foundation it is of American music, of global music, and pretty much American culture is built from that world. A quick last story I'll just tell you. I don't remember the name of the show, but it was one of the few shows that had like a jazz ensemble on stage, and your dad and Ray were on that gig, and I can remember we did like a tour with it, and I was a young whippersnapper, and the three of us at one point were rooming together.
Oh, wow.
Which was a
you
trip.
And who was
me and your dad and Ray were all rooming together. But I want to tell you, the thing that got me is here we are.
Poor man.
Yeah.
With Ray especially.
There's some stories there.
Oh, you're gonna have to tell me that.
About wardrobe and everything. But the best was I can remember I was in the room in the middle of the day practicing, and I was working on some standard tune, playing it through, thinking I'm doing it all justice, and your dad just stuck his head in the door, and he said. He goes, no. He did that second phrase is do do do, and he sang it to me. He goes, you're playing an E flat, should be a D right there. And then I played it. He goes, that's it. And then he stepped out of the room. But it was that kind of soft, gentle guidance that musicians love to get.
Yeah.
And when you're older, you learn to give.
Yes.
Because otherwise, this stuff is kind of lost in the air. Because I thought I was playing it right. I don't remember where I learned it from, but I thought I had it. He just very gently, very softly, in the middle of probably the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, stuck his head in the door and said, check this out. And he was right. So it's a beautiful, beautiful family you have, and you are continuing that legacy in such a lovely way.
Thank you, Chris.
Well, listen, we have time for one more tune. You think the cats are up for it?
Sure.
Well, why don't you step over to the drums? I'll wrap some things up here, and we'll spin around and see what's happening.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Chris.
you, Gayelynn.
Elbow bump.
Oh, you got it. Love you to death.
Love you too.
We want to say one big great thank you to WDET 101.9 FM simulcasting the set tonight. They are very, very special media partners of the Detroit Jazz Festival Foundation and go out of their way to make amazing things happen and to deliver this music to everyone, whether they have a Wi-Fi signal or not. If you want to catch up about this presentation or any of the upcoming shows of Jazz from the Cellar or Jazz Chat Live or information on the 2021 Detroit Jazz Festival, go to DetroitJazzFest.org and you'll have all the information you need. You can also download our app, Detroit Jazz Fest Live, at the Google Play or the App Store. One last very special thank you to our presenting sponsors, MGM Detroit, who stepped up and made Jazz from the Cellar possible, along with all of your wonderful donations. So, I think it's time we wrap it up with some music. My pleasure to turn it back over to the bandstand, the great Gayelynn McKinney and her sextet. Dig it.
Well, they probably